Welcome back to my channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Welcome to the newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, please be part of this journey by subscribing, liking, commenting. Give it those thumbs up. It helps to circulate the video. And ask any questions either through the comments below or email me. If you need any help with anything, I am here to help you. Do not hesitate, please. It's important that you create these patterns and get it right as much as I create them and want to get it right myself. So I thank you so much for your beautiful comments and all your support. I feel blessed. I am humbled by it. I really, really appreciate all of you. Thank you gratefully. And we're going to create this beautiful pattern today with flowers around it. This is a little bit different. Usually I put leaves around with flowers and so on, but I wanted something different. So I created it with smaller flowers and the bigger flowers around it. And I alternated because I wanted this cream to come out also on the flowers. So I have the 3D and I have the flat. Now, this is optional. You don't have to do it with the smaller one. I think it just gives it that beautiful punch to the pattern. And you know me, I love flowers and 3Ds and so on and so forth. So you can do several ways with this pattern. You can have it as doilies. You can have the two patterns and attach them without any flowers, just, you know, at the edge, either 3 or 2 patterns together, or just leave it as doilies. But if you're going to do doilies, you need to have a smaller size because this is a medium thick 4-ply, 100% cotton. Each country is different. Your 4-ply does not necessarily mean that it's the same size as my 4-ply. I've tried to explain that in several videos for you guys to understand. And I'm going to give you the example. This white is a little bit, they're all 4-ply here, 100% cotton, all of them. This is Portuguese thread. I work with thread 99.9%. And if you pay attention, these are all 4-ply. I know it's kind of hard to see on camera, but this 4-ply is thicker than the purple, and the purple is a little bit thicker than the green. So here we have 4-ply cotton thread and 3 different sizes on the 4-ply. So you need to pay attention to your country, what kind of yarn thread you're using. You know that the thicker the thread yarn, the bigger the piece, your pattern, the bigger it is. The thinner, the smaller. If you're creating doilies, I suggest that you do it on Aunt Lydia number 10. It's perfect for doilies. If you wanted to create a 3-piece S shape like this one, but using 3 patterns attached to each end and continue your S through it, perfect on number 10. If you're doing a 4-ply medium thick like mine, you're going to use only 2 patterns because it's too big for a table. It would, unless you have a 12-seater dining room that the table has those extensions in the middle and it's huge, then you would use 3 patterns. In my case, my dining room is 6-seater. The 3 patterns is too big for me and for most people that order these patterns from me. So I'm going to be using only 2 patterns. So I want to touch base on that. Needle number 3, and of course a pair of scissors. Now I went out today and bought these beautiful pearls, as you can see. And I had put the purple one on the middle of the yellow because it gives it that nice punch with the purple you know, it comes and grabs all the other purple together, and it's a little bit darker than the pattern, so it's just perfect for it. Also my multicolored yellow. So I got purple, I got cream, I got white. I have the green. I have the multicolored yellow. Okay. What else? I think that pretty much covers everything. So we're going to get started on this. I've already done the half for you so you can see. Let me just back it up a bit. Also to advance the video because, I mean, I would never finish recording. So I've started already adding these flowers on, and I alternated. Like I said, I put purple, I put the smaller one because I don't, this is already the punch on the pattern, but I don't want it to overpower the design and the flowers itself. So I didn't want to make it bigger. I want it delicate, small, and it also, you know, it brings out already the look on it, you know. So this is what I did. I alternated. Now I'm almost at the end here, almost going into the corner of the S. So I stop there so I can do the recording, and you can go ahead and follow the instructions on the recording, how afterwards I am going to apply the rest of the flowers, which is exactly what I'm going to do on the other pattern we're going to create now. You have to do exactly the same thing on this pattern. So basically whatever we're doing here on the tutorial is the same thing as this. So, and the way I'm going to put it on the S shape on this side, you're going to have to continue and come through this side, right? We're doing S, so you have to, you know, come from this side and along, you know, as you see on the picture from the beginning of the video, obviously, because I've only created the first pattern. So I can have the second one for the tutorial. You know, I'm only going to make 2 pieces for nothing. So we're going to get started, people. And I'm going to use the purple first, obviously. And that's pretty much it. We're going to get started on this video. And thank you so much again. Please don't forget to give it those thumbs up. And let me know where you're from and if you're creating it. Which part of the country. I'm in the Mediterranean islands. For those of you that don't know, I'm in Europe, island of Portugal. So I hope you're going to enjoy this as much as I enjoy creating it. It is a gorgeous pattern. It is different. There's not too many patterns the same out there, obviously. I have to say, a friend of mine had sent me a picture of something similar to this, and I liked the pattern when I saw it on the picture, but of course I always have to twist it and turn it and whatever whatnot. I don't like to create things that are you know, somebody else's creation. I like to have my own stuff, my own creativity. So I've switched up quite a bit, and I hope you're going to enjoy it. Let's get started, people. Thank you. Okay, so the first thing we need to do, we need to create the magic circle. That means you would turn once, and you would grab your thread from behind, bring it to the front, hold on to it, bring your string to the back, you know, as if you're doing your regular crochet. And we're going to do 3 chain. This would equal a double crochet already. And then inside of this magic circle, we're going to do 23 more. So you're going to have a total of 24 double crochets. Okay. Now, another thing I want to remind you, sometimes I'm just blah, blah, blah on my bubble and concentrating on my stuff that I seem to forget that I am recording. If you find that the video was too fast for you, because sometimes I do forget, you know, I'm still getting used to all this. And also, please forgive me if I don't know all the codes yet. I'm still learning these crochet codes in English. Thank you, Nancy Strand, for helping me out with the codes. One of my biggest fans, now a good friend. Also a shout out to Karen Coffey and Karen Young. They also support me a lot and help me a lot through a lot of opinions sometimes when I need them. Thank you so much, ladies. and they are from the crochet therapy group, which is the best crochet group there is out there. I don't care what anybody says, they really are amazing women. Thank you so much to both of you lovely ladies, my beautiful two Karens. Okay, so you can go up top where the three dots are on the right side. You click on there, it opens up. It's going to be settings, go on settings. You can slow down the video. It will make it easier for you if you cannot keep up with my fastness. Sometimes I get carried away and I apologize for that. Okay, so 24 double crochets. We're going to lock it in on the third place at the end. I'll meet you at the end. So now we've done our 24. We're going to come on the third place here. Make sure you grab well in the center, not just a little loop. And then our magic ring. By the way, if you still can't get the magic ring, because it's 24, do 8 chain stitch. We're going to tie it up, but we're not going to go to the extreme because there is 24 stitches in here and we don't want it crumpled up. So we got to leave enough space for the stitch, the double crochet to breathe. We are in our second row. Our second row is exactly the same thing. We're going to do the 24, but 1 chain separation in between them. So you go up 3, chain, 1 more for separation, 4. Next space. So we're not skipping anything. We're doing exactly 24 of them. 1 chain separation. Next space. Double crochet, 1 chain separation, next space, double crochet. So we're going to continue doing that all the way around to the end. We're going to close it up on the third place over here with a slip stitch. I'll meet you at the end. So we've reached the end. I've closed up on the third place with a slip stitch. We're going to go up again, 3 chain, and now inside where we did the 1 chain separation, we're going to do a double crochet. We're going to do a double crochet overlapping the double crochet from the previous row. And inside, again, the same thing. So this round is all double crochets all the way around with double crochet inside of the space and 1 double crochet overlapping the double crochet from the previous row. So we're going to do that all the way around. We're going to close on the third place with a slip stitch. Meet you at the end. So now we close with the slip stitch. We're going to go up 1, 2, and 3. And 1, 2, 3. So you're going to have a total of 6 chain, okay? Because now we're going to skip 1. We're going to go to the next space and do a double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Skip 1, next space, double crochet. 1, 2, and 3 chain. Skip 1, next space, double crochet. We're going to do this. We're on this row here, okay? So we're going to do this all the way around. I'll meet you at the end. Lock it up on third place with a slip stitch. Okay, so we finished doing a round. 1, 2 on the third space, slip stitch. Now for some of you that have your stitch too loose, instead of doing 3, do 2 only. If your stitch is extremely tight, because we don't want it to crumple up the pattern. We want it to make sure that it stays flat as it is, okay? That's why it's important not to close up too much in the middle too, because if you really close that much up, if you're doing with the magic, if it's the 8 stitch, you should be, chain stitch, you should be okay. We go up 3 chain. Inside of the space here, the square, we're going to do 2 double crochet in the same space and 1 double crochet overlapping the double crochet from the previous row. Okay, again, 2 double crochet in the same space, and 1 overlapping from the previous row. We're going to follow through. We are, let me just show you, we are on this row here. So it's going to be double crochets all the way around. And then we're going to close it up on the third place with slip stitch, and we're going to go back on doing the squares again. So basically these rows are all the same. Difference, it keeps adding up the stitch. Like this last one will be 3 inside instead of 2. Here we're going to do 2. The next one it's going to be 3 double crochet inside of the square. But we'll get there when we get there. So finish up yours and I'll do mine. Okay, so pretty much did all the way around with 2 inside. Now we're going to go up 6 again. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to do our double crochet right on top of the double crochet here from the 2 previous rows. Okay, so that means we're skipping the 2 and we're doing our square there. 1, 2, 3. Don't tighten it too much. Okay, so we can, so it won't crumple up too much at the end. And if it's too tight, then give 4 chain stitch. 2, 3, and 3. Skip 2, space, going to the next one. It's going to fall right underneath. Okay, and if it starts pulling, we add 1 more stitch. 1, 2, 3. Again, skip 2 space, next space. Like I said, if your stitch is too tight, then give 4 chain stitch. 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to loosen mine as much as I can because I do have a very tight stitch. So I don't want it to be pulling. So in order for it not to pull, I have to loosen it or I have to give 1 more stitch. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. We skip the 2 and we fall right on top of the one underneath below, the 2 rows below. So it's going to be like this all the way around. So it's going to fall right on top of that double crochet from the 2 previous rows. Okay, meet you at the end. Okay, so we've come to the end and we're going to go up 3 chain. Inside, we are basically almost on the previous last row, okay? So inside we're going to do 3 double crochet. 1, 2, 3. We're going to overlap the double crochet from the previous row inside the next space. My God, my needles are giving up on me. They've worked so much. It's like, it looks, I have glue on it. I mean, it keeps coming apart. You see that it's getting all eaten up. The poor rubber here. This is full of glue. Like, I've tried so much to keep this needle. I love this needle so much, and it's just giving up on me. I think it wants to retire, the poor thing. Okay, so a lot of times I scrape, so I end up taking more and more of the rubber on this because I scraped this glue out. It keeps coming because it kept coming out of the metal. So I put a lot of glue on it. Oh, good God. And I had bought these in Canada, and I'm having a hard time finding the same thing out here, and I don't like it. You know, just a simple needle like this. It hurts my poor finger because my stitch is too tight. I can press too hard on it. So my goodness. Okay, so 3 inside, 3 double crochet inside of the squares. Not too tight, just loosely enough so it can fit well into the square and not, you know, put pressure on the poor material. 1 on top of the other double crochet, and we continue on with 3 inside of the square. So do yours, I'll do mine, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay? Okay, as you can see, it's nice and flat, nice and straight. Nothing is pulling from anywhere. Okay, we're on our last row. So we are going to do 1, 2, and 3 on the same space. We're going to do another double crochet. So we're going to have 2 double crochets at the edge, at the overlapping the one underneath here. Okay, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 chain. I'm going to try 5. I might even go down to 4. If your chain is too loose, I'm going to go down to 4. I think 4 should be fine for me. I'm going to loosen it up as much as I can. If I find it gets too tight, I'm going to go up 1 more chain. So if it's too loose for you, do 4. If it's too extremely tight, then do 5. Okay? On the same space, we're going to do the double crochet. I also wanted to mention, you guys, for some of you that are with me and following me through this, you guys remember the S-shape Karen table runner I did. This is similar with the S-shape. Difference is the pattern is different, obviously. It's a different style, a different stitch. And the flowers are different. And with the Karen, it had leaves and flat flowers. But even those flat flowers are not the same thing as these ones here. They're totally different. Just to let you know. So if you're curious and watching this and you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go and see Karen Table Runner. And you will see exactly the same shape as this table runner is going to be. And some people were asking me on Messenger and through email if I had any more table runners similar to the Karen style. So I came up with this one. Changes up the game a bit, but very similar in the style. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm loosening it up. I don't want it too tight. So we're going to skip the 3 double crochets. And we're going to do always on top of this line we have going here. Trying to get more lighting on here. Okay, so 2 together. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And skip the 3 double crochets. Two double crochets together. So we're on the last row of the purple. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to do this all the way around. So 2 together, 4 chain, and skip the 3 and do on top of the double crochets below. Okay, so I've cut in the thread. Just gonna lighten up a bit here. I've cut my thread because I'm changing color. I'm going to show you how. I'm just going to close it up a bit more. This is fine. I'm going to show you how I like to close up my strings, tidy up, because it's very important if you don't want your pieces to come apart. Then you would just pull your string through some of the loops back here in the middle. Nice and tucked in. Now, I like to always give it a knot. For those of you that don't know, I like to knot all my patterns because I don't want nothing to come out of place. So I pull through it and I'm going to just knot like we do a knot on anything else. Tight it nice and tight. And then go back into the loops here and hide the rest of the string away, the thread. And it's not going to go anywhere because you already gave it that nice tie from before. And sometimes if your yarn or your thread is thick enough, like this one is a medium thick. So what I like to do is when I do remember, because not all the time I remember this technique, but most parts I do. So you split your thread, your yarn, in half. Let's say you have a 4-ply, 6-ply, so you split, 2 on one side, 2 on the other side. And you give it a knot on both ends. So that means you have 2 split. Then you have a nice knot, and you give it a nice knot again. So you're sure, definitely guaranteed, that your middle is never going to come apart anywhere. And you can grab that half. You can do this to any pattern that you work on. Also, I wanted to mention, with this pattern, you can make a tablecloth out of it by just extending the the rows here at the beginning. You extend more of the rows here in the beginning, and you keep extending the end, and you have your tablecloth for a nice round table, or for a little side table, So this is just a perfect pattern for that. Okay, so pretty much we all just back it up. Finished with that. Now I'm going to get my white. I have so much thread around me that I can't remember where I put my white. Okay, my white is somewhere back here. Sorry, not white, the cream, the off-white. So I'm just going to back it down again so you can see what I'm doing here. So now we're going off the off-white, the cream, which is this beautiful little design here. So you twist, you slip stitch knot, and now we're going to do 5 double crochet inside of each square. Whoops. Trying to hide my thread at the same time. So you go up 2 chain with the single we just did for the start. Try to get more light here. Maybe not too much, or it's gonna look terrible. Okay, so again, double crochet. Try to hide your thread, your yarn at the same time. So 3, 4, and 5. So we got our 5 double crochet, and now we're going to go directly into the next square and proceed again with 5 double crochet. Just want to, no, we're going to have to okay, we have to get 1 chain separation between. See, I create these things and then I forget some stuff, which is normal. Too many things, too many creations. Okay, so 1 chain separation and 5 inside. If your stitch is too loose, don't give any chain separation. Okay. For us tight stitchers, we're going to give it 1 chain separation. And next space. So that's how we're going to do 5 double crochets inside of each space. With 1 chain separation. Okay, so that's how we're going to do. Like I said, if your stitch is too loose, then don't give any separation there. Just go right into the space. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so we've come to the end of this row, of course. And now the next, we have 5 of this, not unless you're doing the same color, but still, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows the same way. It's going to be a little difference, and I'll show you where the difference is. We're going to have 1 row, 1 chain separation only. And on the middle of the pattern here, as you can see, we have our first 1 chain separation. The second row is 2 chain separation. The third row, 3 chain separation. And the fourth row, 4 chain separation. With the side ones, it's always 1 chain separation, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm going to show you, because I don't want to make this video to be like extremely long. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, chain going up. We are going to do double crochet on top of double crochet. So you're going to have your 5 double crochets. Now we're going to choose to do, so we have 2 chain, and then 3, and then 4. So if your stitch is too loose, then do only 1 chain. If your stitch is very tight, then do 2. Okay, so I have 1, 2. I'm going to go over the next group of 5 and do my 5 double crochet on top of the 5 double crochet. Now this is going to be 1 group, okay, because we are extending only in the middle of this design. 1 chain separation, which is always 1 chain here and 1 chain there. So both sides, 1 chain separation between the designs here, okay? So, and then 5 double crochet again. Whoops. Now we're getting into the second design. So 1, 2 chain separation, and we're doing the double crochets. So nothing complicated at all. You know that where it comes to the spaces, you have 1 with 2 chains and 1 chain. 1 with 2 chains, next one with 1 chain. 1 with 2 chains, next one with 1 chain. So you can't go wrong, you know. So 2 chain, 1 chain, 2 chain, 1 chain, 2 chain, 1 chain, and it goes on. You're going to have your pattern, okay? Your design there. So we did 2, 1 chain. Now the next space we're going to do 2 chain, because it's 1 chain, 2 chain, 1 chain, 2 chain per group, right? Per group of 5. So we finished doing the group of 5. We did 1 chain. Now we're doing 2 chain. 1, 2, because we're creating that design, okay? And the ones that we have 1 chain, it's going to be 1 chain all the way to pretty much the end of the design. When we get to the end here, it's all 1 chain on both sides, okay? It only changes here in the middle. So we can have that effect. Okay, so we did 2 chain. Now we're back to 1 chain. So nothing to it, people. Very easy. Because if I keep recording this all the way through all the rows, we're never going to end. It's going to be like 5, 6 recordings, you know, impossible. Okay, so continue yours, and I'll continue mine. Don't forget, you do 2 chain, 1 chain. So let's start. We went up 3, we did the 5 double crochet. We did 2 chain, 5 double crochet, 1 chain, 5 double crochet, 2 chain, 5 double crochet, 1 chain. So basically you have 1 chain, 2 chain, we started, 1 chain, 2 chain, 1 chain, 2 chain, 1 chain, separation, okay? I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so we finished our row. We close in with a slip stitch on the 3rd place here. We go up 3 chain. We're going to do again. It's continue to be the 5 double crochets, the groups of 5, okay? Okay, remembering that the first time we did the 2, the first space here, we did a 2 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to do 3 double crochet, 3 chain, sorry. We did a 2 chain in the bottom. We're going to do 3 chain. Now, don't loosen it too much. We need that chain to be nice and firm so we can have a nice stretch out. We don't want it to be, you know, too loose. So it's perfect for us tighters that like everything tight. 1, 2, and 3. No, sorry. See, making the mistake already. So 1 group, 3 chain, 1 chain. I had just finished explaining to you. And we continue on. Now we're going to, next space, do 3 chain. And then 1 chain. And then 3 chain. Then 1. The 1 chain always stays until the end, like I said, okay? So now we did 1. We're going to do 3 again. 1, 2, and 3. And do the 5 double crochet. So we did the 3, 1 chain. And we're going to proceed all the way around the same way again. Okay? So we're doing the 5 group, the group of 5 double crochets. 3 chain, 1 chain. 3 chain, and 1 chain. Exactly how we started here. 3 chain, 1 chain. 3 chain, 1 chain. 3 chain, 1 chain. 3 chain, 1 chain, and go on. Okay? So I'll meet you at the end. The next row is the same thing. Where there's 1 chain, it continues to be 1 chain. We're going to do 4 chain. And it continues to be 1 chain. So there's no point in me continuing to repeat myself. So we have this row with 3, next row with 4. The 1 chain stays the same. 1 chain, 1 chain. Next space, next row, it will be 4. Okay, so we're going to finish this one. And then, so 1, 2, 3 on your 4th row, 1, 2, 3 on your 4th row. I'll meet you at the end with a 4 chain separation. The 1 chain stays the same. 4 chain separation on the next row. Okay? Okay. So I said I would have came back at the end of the 4th row. But I didn't. Because I want to make sure that you don't get lost on what I said. So we're building the 4th row. So I'll just show you right here at the beginning. Five double crochet. And now we're going to do the 4 chain. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Don't loosen it too much. And then on the next space, 1 chain separation. Okay, so 1 chain. The 5 double crochet, the group, and again the 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So nothing to it. 5 double crochet and 1 chain. Okay, I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so we finished that row. I've cut my thread. I'm changing into the white. You turn once, slip stitch, knot. Okay, so we're going to start pretty much anywhere of where the chains meet. This row will be only double crochets all the way through the whole round. As we have here, as you see, it's all double crochets except where the 1 chain separation is. We continue with 1 chain separation. So go up 2 chain, and with your single to start makes 3, so that's 1 double crochet. The groups stay the same, 5 double crochets. Try to hide your thread. Whatever sticks out, you can cut it at the end. 2, 4, 5. Okay. Inside of the group here, we're going to have, I believe, 5. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 5, because we're supposed to have a total between here and here. On this group, we're supposed to have a total of 15. So 5 here, 5 inside, and 5 more is 15 double crochet. 2, 3, 4, 5. We do double crochet over double crochet from the previous row and continue the 5 group. So we're supposed to have 15 double crochet. Okay, the 5 here, 5 inside of the space, and 5 here from the group. 1 chain. And continue again with the 5 double crochet. My thread is stuck. Five double crochet inside of the space. 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, 5 double crochet with the groups. And 1 chain separation. So where we have 1 chain separation, it stays the same, 1 chain separation. Five inside of the space, and we're going to proceed this way all the way around. I'll meet you at the end. So we're getting to the end, 1 chain stitch, and close it up with slip stitch. Okay, so now we're going into this row here, which is going to be the same thing. We're going to do double crochet over double crochet. The only difference is we're going up on the chain. We're going to be doing 6 chain. Okay, and then we proceed with double crochets. 1, 2, 3 chain going up. We're going to do double crochet over double crochet all the way to the end. And it's going to be repeatedly all the way around the same way. Okay. Now here we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain. If your stitch is too loose, do only 5. And we go and proceed with double crochet on the first double crochet where the 1 chain separation is. And we continue doing the 15 double crochets over the double crochets from the previous row. I'll meet you at the end. Again, so we've reached where we have the 1 double crochet. We're going to do 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And proceed with double crochet. So nothing to it, very simple, people. Do your round. I'm going to do mine, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so we pretty much finished the row. We are going to cut down 1 space. So we're going to go to the next double crochet, 3 chain, next space double crochet. So we're always going to cut 1 from the beginning and 1 from the end. So instead of 15 now we're going to have 13 double crochets. And we're going to leave the last one out. We're going to do 1, 2, 3 chain. We're going to do a double crochet in here. Two chain and a double crochet again. Three chain again. We're going to skip the first one. We're going into the next one. And continue doing 13 double crochets. So this row is going to be repeatedly the same way. And we leave the last one out. 1, 2, and 3. And going to the center, double crochet. 2 chain separation and double crochet again. 3 chain. Skip the first one, we're going to the next one. And do the 13 double crochet. So do your round the same way, and I'll meet you at the end. So now we're cutting 1 at the beginning and 1 at the end. So basically what we're doing this one here. Okay. And then we're going to repeat, but instead we're going to be putting on top, and then 2 inside, and then 1 over top again. So I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so we're pretty much at the end. 2, oops, 3, and close it in with a slip stitch. Okay, now we're going to go to the next space because we're always skipping the first one and the last one. 1, 2, 3 chain, double crochet. So now we're going to have a total of 11 double crochets. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, and 3, which is these ones here. It's always going to have 3 chain on this side and on this side, always. We're going on top of the double crochet from the previous row, 1 chain. We're going inside of the center, double crochet, 2 chain, same space inside, double crochet. We always have to create the V inside of the space here in the center, just like we have here. We have to create always these V's. One chain. Go on top of the double crochet from the previous row, and 3 chain. 1, 2, and 3. Skip the first one and do your 11 double crochets. We're going to skip the last one also. Okay, 3 chain. Clear it up a little bit. Two, 3. And then go on top of the other one of the double crochet from the previous row. 1 chain. Inside of the middle of the V, double crochet. 2 chain. Creating the V again, another double crochet inside of the middle, 1 chain on top of the double crochet from the previous row, and 3 chain. Skip the first one, go into the second one, and create your 11 double crochets. So we're going to repeat this all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end. If you need to rewind a bit and look at it again, then do so you don't get confused. Very simple. There's nothing to it. You're pretty much creating little blocks inside of the spaces. So one more time, we skip this one. 1, 2, 3 chain. We're going to go on top where the V is, the first double crochet, and do a double crochet. 1 chain in the middle where the V is, and double crochet. 2 chain in the same place in the middle, another double crochet. So created another V, and it's always going to be 2 chains inside of the V all the way up. 1 chain, next space, double crochet, 3 chain. Skip the first one and into the second one. and do your 11 double crochets. So I'll meet you at the end, people. Very simple to do. It's not complicated at all. And this is what it looks like. Okay, with one chain separation between them here, and two in the center with 2 double crochets in the center. And the first double crochet overlap, 3 chain separation, 3 chain. Okay, everyone, so we pretty much closed in. So this would be like on the white, 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 4th row of the white, we're going to the 5th row. Now, this is going to go all the way until we have only one left on here, which you can see here. So it's going to be repeatedly the same way as we've been doing now until we have one left. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows. Okay, so just to confirm that with you. So we're going to continue on. It's always repeatedly the same amount of stitch. So we skip one space, we go into the next one. We go up 3 chain, double crochet over double crochet, and we skip the last one also. Neighbors' dogs are going nuts when they see cats, like my dogs. Okay, so we don't do the last one, and we don't do the first one. 3 chain, always the same stitch. We go on top of the double crochet from the previous row. Because we're building those little blocks. 1 chain separation. We go over the next double crochet, 1 chain separation, and 2 double crochet in here with 2 chain separations. So 1, 2, and 1 more. We're making those little V's. We're going to do that until the end. 1 chain separation, and we go over the other double crochet from the previous row. 1 chain separation again, and go on top of the next one. 3 chain separation. We're going to skip the first one. And go into the next one. And proceed the same way all the way around. Now, I most definitely probably have to go to part 2 because we still have to create flowers and add them on. And it will be too much in one video. 1, 2, and 3. And over the next double crochet, 1 chain separation, and over the next double crochet, 1 chain separation, and double crochet inside of the V, 2 chain separation, and 1 more double crochet inside the V. We're creating those V's. 1 chain separation, and over the double crochet, 1 chain separation, and over the double crochet again, and 3 chain separation. We're going to skip the first one here, and we're going into the second one and create our double crochets. Now in this row you're going to have, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 9 double crochet. The next row is going to be 7 because we're going to skip the first and we're going to skip the last. So do yours, I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so we finished doing the row. We've closed in with a slip stitch. And now we're going into the next space, because we always skip the first one. 1, 2, 3 chain, which is equivalent of double crochet. And now we're supposed to have 7 double crochet. So 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, because we skip also the last one. 3 chain, always repeatedly the same thing, overlap the double crochet from the previous row, 1 chain, again on top of the double crochet, 1 chain, on top of the double crochet, 1 chain, and we're doing the 2 double crochets in the center, separation of 2 chain, and 1 more double crochet, 1 chain, on top of the double crochet from the previous row, 1 chain, on top of the double crochet, 1 chain, and on top of the double crochet, 3 chain. We skip the first one, we go into the second one. We're going to do the 7 double crochets, and this row is going to be repeatedly the same way all the way around. We're almost at the end. So this is a very fast pattern, I find, to do. 1, 2, and 3, and it's gorgeous. If you don't want to put flowers, you don't have to. You can just use that alone, like I said at the beginning. Could be just dolly if you're using a thinner, smaller thread. It's perfect for that. Or you can just attach the patterns one next to the other on the opposite side without any flowers. Will make a beautiful table runner. Or you can create by adding more rows on the beginning. Here you can go bigger, and then these ones you can also go bigger, and you can do a tablecloth. 1, 2, and 3. Skip the first double crochet and double crochet. So we're going to proceed to do again the 7 double crochets, we always skip the first one and the last one, and 1, 2, and 3 chain, and we're coming into on top of the other double crochet. So this is what it's going to look like. Isn't that beautiful? I just wanted to let you know how many of these groups we have. Okay, so you know that I should have done that from the beginning, because now it's quite a bit of work advanced. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you're supposed to have 12 groups of these. Okay, 12 groups. So continue yours and I'll continue mine, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so we pretty much did our 3 chain. We closed in with a slip stitch, going to the next space. 1, 2, and 3. Now this row we're supposed to have 5 double crochets. 3, 4, and 5, because we skip the last one. 1, 2, and 3. We go on top of the double crochet from the previous row, 1 chain. We go on top of the other previous double crochet from the previous row, 1 chain. Again, over top the double crochet, 1 chain. Over top the double crochet, 1 chain, and 2 chains inside of the middle here. 1, 2, chain separation, 1 more double crochet, 2 double crochets inside the middle here, and 2 chain. 1 chain separation, overlap the double crochet, 1 chain, overlap the double crochet from the previous row, 1 chain, and overlap the double crochet, 1 chain, and again. So we're making these little squares as we're going up. And 1, 2, and 3. We skip the first one, we go into the second one. And we proceed doing the 5 double crochets again. 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3 chain. We're going to go on top of the double crochet, 1 chain separation, on top of the next double crochet, 1 chain separation, and again 1 chain separation, and again, and into the center we're doing 1 double crochet, 2 chain separation, 1 more double crochet in the center, so it becomes 2, 1 chain. We're doing on top of the double crochet, 1 chain separation, the next double crochet, 1 chain separation, again the double crochet, 1 chain separation, and 1, 2, and 3 chain, skipping the first one, going into the second one. And this is how it is again. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so pretty much we reach the end. We close in with the slip stitch. Now we go over to the next one. 1, 2, 3. Now we're supposed to have a group of 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3, chain. We come over to the double crochet, 1 chain separation, and again double crochet, 1 chain separation, double crochet, 1 chain separation, 1 chain, double crochet on top of double crochet, 1 chain. Now we go into the center, 1, 2, and 1 more double crochet in the middle, 1 chain separation, 1 chain separation again, over the double crochet, 1 chain separation, again over the double crochet, 1 chain separation. So nothing changes. It's pretty much repeatedly the same way. We're just cutting down stitches now. Skip the first one, going into the second one again. And we repeat the same thing. Going to the first one, 1 chain separation, and again 1 chain separation, and continue 1 chain, and then in the center we're going to do the 2 double crochets with 2 chain separation, like that. 1 chain, 1 chain, double crochet over double crochet, 1 chain, double crochet over double crochet, and again 1 chain, and now we do 1, 2, and 3. Skip the first double crochet and 3 more. Continue your row, I'll continue mine, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay everyone, so we're pretty much at the end. We've closed in with a slip stitch on the third place, and now we are doing our last double crochet here. So we go up 3 and 3 more for the chain separation. 1, 2, 3. So you're gonna have a total of 6, because now we need to go into the next double crochet. And then when we come around, we're gonna close it up on third place. 1 chain and doing all the double crochets. 1 chain, double crochet over double crochet, 1 chain, and inside of the center, actually not 1 chain, sorry, it changes up the game here a bit. You can do the same way as we've been doing. It would look nice too, but I'm doing 3 double crochets inside of the center here with no separation. 1, 2, and 3 double crochets inside of the center here. This is the last row, and 1 more. So you're going to have a total of 5. 1 chain, and proceed the same way. 1 chain, double crochet over double crochet, so the only thing that changes is the little center here. 1, 2, and 3 chain. Come into the center, 1 double crochet, 1, 2, 3 chain, double crochet over double crochet, 1 chain separation. So everything stays the same pretty much. 1 chain separation, and doing the double crochets over double crochet. The only difference is on the center here. So we're reaching the center now, no chain separation, and we're doing 3 double crochets in the middle, the same space, and 1 overlapping the double crochet from the previous row. So you're going to have 5. 1 chain, and we continue on. And then you can cut your thread. And I'm going to proceed with the purple in the next row because I'm closing everything in borders with single crochet all the way around, so we can have a nice finishing touch. 1, 2, 3 chain. One, 2, 3 chain. So nothing changes, it all stays the same, making these little squares. The only difference is here on the center. So we're getting to the center, and now we're going to do the 3 double crochets. So we're going to have a group of 5 here of double crochets. So 3 inside plus the 1 here and plus this one here equals 5. Okay, so this is pretty much the last row. So finish yours, cut your thread if you're changing thread, because then I am going to go into the single crochet for the border. Okay, meet you at the end. Okay everyone, so I pretty much finished my row. I've cut my thread and I've hid it between the chain because with the single crochet it's going to cover and secure it. So we are going to slip stitch knot And you can pretty much start anywhere you like. So I'm starting here. Anywhere will do, it doesn't change anything. So right on top of my stitch, and inside of the space, single crochet on top of the stitch, single crochet inside of the space, single crochet on top of the stitch, trying to hide my thread here, inside of the space, single crochet on top of the stitch, single crochet, and we're going to proceed this way all the way around, so nothing to it. It's always going to be the same way. So pull my thread here, now you're going to come into where you have your 3 double crochet in the center. What I'm going to do on the middle one, I'm going to do 1, 2 chain and back inside with a single crochet in the same space. I want to create that little loop so I can attach my flowers. Okay, so then again, single crochet inside of the space, single crochet, overlap the double crochets with single crochet. So nothing to it, very simple. The only thing is you're going to do a 2 chain on the middle one, so we have better access to do our adapt the flowers. Where we have the 3 chain, we're going to do 3 single crochets, 1, 2, and 3, and overlap the 1 double crochet, and then again 3, 1, 2, and 3, where we have the 3 chain on top of the double crochet, and then we proceed the same way again. So really nothing to it. Now this is the first double crochet inside of the middle, so not this one, but the middle one. Right in the middle, 1, 2 chain, and back into the same place, creating like a little loop in the middle there. And then proceed the same way again. So nothing to it. We're going to come to the 3 chain. We're going to do 3 single crochets where the 3 chain is. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to overlap the double crochet from the row below and 3 single crochets again. So do your row, I'll do mine, and then we can cut the thread and we're going to proceed with the flowers. So I'll show you how the flowers are created. And the flowers are added on as we create the flowers, as we go. We don't do the flowers before to be added on. It has to be done creating and adding. Okay, so we're on the middle one again. 1, 2 chain, come back into the same one, and single crochet. So very easy, nothing complicated. Okay, so I'll just bring it out a bit. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much finished doing all my single crochet all the way around. Now we're going to apply, create a flower and apply. Now my video is already too long, so I am going to go to part 2 to create the flowers and to add them on. This is optional for you. Like I said at the beginning, you can leave it as is. You can add the 2 patterns together if you like, without any flowers at all, by just show you here. So you have the edge there. You can just pretty much add it here like this. As you can see, you can add on like this, and one on the other side the same way, and just have the 2 patterns going like that, or you can have the add-on like that. If you didn't want to put the single crochet, you could have left it at white and attach that one double crochet here into the middle of this one here. So you could have your pattern this way, or just attach it at one end just like that and leave this out, or basically tie it from here and stitch it on like that, and you would have had the 2 patterns together, and it makes a beautiful pattern just the same. So I'll see you in part 2. Thank you for all of you that are creating this piece with me and joining me for the first time also. I hope you enjoy this and become part of this family by subscribing. Please give it those thumbs up. It's important for the video to circulate, and it's important for you to subscribe and be part of this journey with me. So thank you so much, everybody, and we are going to go into part 2. Thank you so much.